Congressman Dan Lipinski once said that on the battlefield, the military pledges to leave no soldier behind. As a nation, let it be our pledge that when they return home, we leave no veteran behind. You know, when Robin Arredondo, Vice Mayor Robin Arredondo and Mayor Mitchell and the Tempe City Council created this opportunity to develop veterans housing on this site, I knew immediately that we wanted to be part of that, but I knew we couldn't do it on our own. The first phone call I made when I heard about this opportunity was to Jackie Taylor and to Laura Scott-Nicky at Save the Family. Laura is on the Tempe Veterans Commission that was created by Vice Mayor Arredondo and the council. And they just brought a deeply rooted connection to veteran families in this valley.
We have been waiting for this day for years, and today it comes to fruition. And what a celebration in a state that ranks 48th in lack of affordable housing. There are so many more affordable housing units like this that are needed, and it's just a touching day for me to think of these 50 families that have found this beautiful, service-enriched environment in which to thrive. And this is really something to be proud of as a community. It has been a wonderful community effort. So thank you to all of you.
This is really exciting to be here for the opening, the grand event for the Valor on 8th. And it's such a beautiful building, and I know on behalf of the City of Tempe, the City Council, my colleagues that are in the City of Staff in Tempe, and our residents couldn't be more excited about this day. The City of Tempe has worked hard to be known as a city that really truly does honor our veterans, whether it be with this project right here that we're honoring today, or our Veterans Memorial, or the Veterans Commissions. The City of Tempe is proud to be a veteran-supportive city, I think a lot of you know, and to work within our community with our veterans. We want our veterans and our military members and family members to know that we honor them, and that's why we work so hard to really provide the initiatives in our community aimed at improving their own personal quality of life. And I really want to recognize Vice Mayor Arredondo Savage, who I know she'll speak in a little bit, and she's also a veteran, by the way. She has a huge passion for really understanding the issues and dedicates really a large part of her public life to all of your services. You'll hear next from her, but I just want you to know that I'm so proud of Vice Mayor Robin Arredondo Savage and the work that she's done in this project. I also want to recognize former Councilmember Corey Woods, who also was a big part of this project, as well as the Tempe City Council members, the current council and our past council, that really dove in, as Brian mentioned, how important this is to our community. And I want to congratulate Gary Gorman for the building this beautiful facility that we're recognizing today, as well as you can't say enough about Brian Swanton and Jackie Taylor, of course, from Save Our Family, for helping us run this great facility. And hopefully this is just the beginning of more to come in our great community. It's a proud day for the City of Tempe. On behalf of the City Council and our residents, we want to thank you, and this is a great day. So let's just celebrate and enjoy.
So when this project first came about, I was looking at my emails last night. It was fall of 2014 where I saw my first email about this potential project. And at the time, we were struggling at Gorman and Company trying to find a site for an affordable housing development in Tempe. And we had one in mind, and we were working on it. And we had a lot of technical challenges with that site that we still to this day have not fully worked out. Someday I'm going to develop that project. So at the time, I called the city staff to the table, Paul Bentley and Naomi and their staff team, just to brainstorm a little bit. And Vice Mayor Arredondo and Councilman Woods at the time joined that meeting. And so we just started putting our heads together. And we couldn't get over the hump on this site and over the technical issues we were having. But then Robin said, you know, the city just bought this land. We took a look at it, and the light rail is a stone's throw from here. We have nice bike paths, Creamery Park right down the street. Arizona State University all around us, and I thought this is just an amazing location for affordable housing. But then I learned that the city wanted to do veteran family housing for veteran women and veteran families with children. And I thought, well, I've never done that before. But we'll put our heads together. And so we got together with Save the Family and put together a really great program, I think. Proposed that to the city, and the mayor and council supported our proposal, and off we went to the races. But it was all because of Vice Mayor Arredondo sort of putting the puzzle pieces together, recognizing that we were having a problem over here, they had an opportunity over here, and she had a personal passion to see to it that veteran housing for families was developed in Tempe. And so I'd like to call Vice Mayor Robin Arredondo to the stage to say a few words.
I can't tell you what a great day it is for the city of Tempe, but really what an emotional day it is for me. And I thought it would be great to just kind of share a little bit of the journey of how we got here today. And when I say it's really an emotional journey, and Brian talks a little bit about that email, we went back and looked, and it's almost to the day today. February 25th, 2014 is the very first day that my dear friend, Corey Woods, and former council colleague, convened our very first military and veterans working group. You know, together we said, we know the city of Tempe can do so much more for our veterans and our veterans family, but what is it that we can do? So we brought together different representatives from our local military and veterans community. We included members who specializes in different areas, from housing, from education, social services, career placement, and just overall well-being of our veterans. And we got together, and our objective was to identify the areas that the city of Tempe could really make a positive impact in the lives of our veterans. And through a lot of conversations, I think we lasted, our committee lasted for about a year, Corey, was that right? And I'm telling you, it was a dedicated group of individuals that really cared. They not only cared about the veterans, but they cared about what the city could really do to make a difference and then create best practices moving forward. And so we developed a really comprehensive veteran service plan. And we wanted to achieve several goals. I'll tell you, military people are overachievers, so I really do appreciate all their work. And we made a commitment to not only our goals, but definitely to complete the mission. A few things that we wanted to do was to create a one-stop shop for veterans and their families to make sure that they had the right connections to those different services that they had earned. We wanted to offer a veterans court. We wanted to celebrate those who have committed to serve. We wanted to become a veteran supportive city in the state of Arizona, and we wanted to establish a veterans commission to support the work and continue our work. And we accomplished all those things. But the one thing that we did call out was veterans housing. We knew that veterans housing could be a top priority, and we set and we built a goal to build a veterans housing project right here in the city of Tempe. And what we did with that is we got to work, and that's what we do. So it was Corey, thank you, Corey, and I have to give a shout out to Parrish. So if you guys don't know Parrish, will you just kind of raise your hand, thank you, because together, if it really wasn't for Parrish, like keeping us on task and keeping us organized, we definitely wouldn't be where we are. And he was there for the whole process. So thank you so much for your work and your commitment. And him also being a veteran made it really very special. We got to work and we did a lot of research. We researched veterans housings for months. We learned about the state and national trends, kind of what was happening out in the community. We took several site visits, so thank you for all those other veterans housing projects that invited us in, showed us what they were doing. We really do appreciate that because we learned from each and every one of you. And we knew then, after all this homework, all this research, that we really wanted to make this happen. But we wanted a project in the city of Tempe that was unique and a project that really was true to our Tempe values. And to make sure we had the opportunity to do it right, Corey and I invited other affordable housing experts from developers, service organizations, our own housing champion, who I love. I know she's here. One of my favorite housing champions, Joan Cisco. Joan, I know you're here. Thank you, Joan. So Joan Cisco of Veterans First, who has really been an inspiration to me and to our working group and their own housing for women which is called Mary Ellen's Place, and they took us on a really great tour and really gave us an inspiration. And our own housing department, Naomi, you and your team, I know you're here too. I just want to say thank you for your commitment to your willingness to get involved and to do something different and unique that the city of Tempe had never done. And the one thing, after several discussions and a lot of talk, we discovered that there was a real need for this in this community for veterans housing that focused on families and their well-being. It was a really unique opportunity to create something special here in the city of Tempe, a project that I truly believe matched our Tempe values, helping families stay strong and healthy. It was really easy to move forward from that point on. We had a great team, a strong vision, and a lot of energy to really make it happen. So today, here we are, and I'm proud to say we did it. We have really accomplished our top goal to deliver veterans family housing in Tempe. I want to thank everybody who collaborated with us on this journey, because we wouldn't be here today without each and every one of you. And a big shout out to my dear friend and council colleague Corey Woods for believing in the vision from the very beginning. Thank you for that. And to the mayor and our council now and our formal council colleagues. They also too were very instrumental in making sure that we were able to move forward. The city manager, Andrew Ching, I know you're here too. Our human services department, our community development staff, Brian Swanton, and all the phone calls and emails that we exchanged probably over the last 4 years. I just want to say thank you so much for you and the Gorman team for everything that you did. Save the Family, Jackie and Laura, you guys are fantastic. So thank you. We couldn't ask for better partners to be here on site, to be able to deliver the great services that I know these families are going to really appreciate for years to come. Joan Cisco, thank you for everything that you do and sharing all your knowledge and wisdom with us. And our military and veterans working group, for those originally that sat down with us in 2014, thank you for taking the time to do that. And to our Veterans Commission, who is going to, what I know, continue the work and actually enhance the work moving forward. So I have to say that I am so grateful and so humbled for the commitment from each and every one of you, and for all of you being here today. I really can't thank you enough. It's a great day for Tempe. Thank you very much.
No financial partner contributed more and brought more to the table than the Arizona Department of Housing through both the low-income housing tax credit program, which is one of the most successful federal programs, I think, in the history of our nation, especially as it relates to housing and community development, but also state housing funds that were contributed by Arizona Department of Housing. Staff there with Andrew Rael, Gina Redondo, Lori Hofer, Jacob Shope, to name a few, and so many others, spent countless hours helping us assemble and close on our financing. ADOH has a new director. A different director was here when we had our groundbreaking. But their new director, Carol Ditmore, is no stranger to housing and community development, and she's just such a strong leader for our state, and we're really glad to have Carol Ditmore join us at the stage.
On behalf of Governor Ducey and the state of Arizona and the Department of Housing, I really want to thank you all for letting us be a part of this project. As Brian mentioned, we put a lot of funding in this, about $10 million worth of tax credit equity. It's a beautiful facility. We're so glad that it is dedicated to veterans and families. Beautiful project. We want to thank the city of Tempe for donating the land. I hope that, Mayor, I hope that you will brag about what it brought to your city so that other mayors around the state will find it in their heart to do the same thing. It makes it easy, so easy to develop affordable housing when the community really gets behind it.
We have 13 veteran families with children right now, and every time a veteran comes to our front door, they automatically go to the top of the waiting list through our veterans preference, so they don't have to wait the years and years that most of our residents have to wait to get an apartment at an affordable property like this. But it was Maricopa County that stepped forward when they really didn't have to help us through the bureaucratic nightmare that the archaeological challenges presented to this project. And they got it done quickly, so we wanted to have Bill Montgomery, who's a veteran himself, our county attorney, represent the county here today. Thank you for being here, first of all. And if you could extend to your staff in Human Services our thanks for everything they have done. I welcome Bill Montgomery to the stage.
You know, it's part of the warrior ethos for American service members that we never leave anybody behind on the battlefield. And I believe very strongly that that should carry over to when people return from their service, and we shouldn't leave any veteran behind here, particularly when they're in need of help, whether it's behavioral help, whether it's economic help, whether it's housing help. And so as a fellow veteran, I'm grateful for what's being done for veteran families and for individuals who need a help up. And it reminds me too, to paraphrase General George Washington, who once observed that the degree to which we recognize those who have served is the degree to which future generations of Americans will be willing to serve, regardless of the justness of the cause they are called to serve in. So I think this is a wonderful testament to the commitment of the city of Tempe to veterans, to the Tempe spirit in wanting to serve, and to our whole community's commitment and the team that came together here to build this wonderful project. So thank you very much. Pleased to be able to be a part of the ceremony here today.
What a great building, what a great morning, what a great effort by all of you. We, on behalf of the Thunderbirds and the Thunderbird Charities, we appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning and obviously to partner with Save the Family and ARM and everyone here in this great project that presents a unique opportunity to help our veterans' families. I think that this is one of the things that we do as a group that we're so proud of, to be able to help children and families in need. I want to thank you as well for your support of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. By supporting our tournament, we're able to raise money and partner with great organizations such as Save the Family and help them do what they do best, which is serve the community. Thank you, everyone. Have a good morning.
We care so much about this community that it is truly a privilege to be here today and see this facility come to life. I see friends of mine from around the community that have spent the last 9 years teaching me about issues facing our veterans and their families and inspiring us to be better than we ever thought we could as a sports team. And this organization beat out more than 350 applicants for the winning Grand Slam Award. 350 applicants. And I think Brian and Robin would tell you that when you walk in to do your final presentation, it actually looks like a scene from the Shark Tank. You walk in and there's a board of people staring at you, waiting for you to tell the story, and this one was an absolute no-brainer. You see, the Diamondbacks Foundation is not funded by the team. It's actually funded by our fans. And this type of a project reflects the values, the mission, and the commitment of Diamondbacks fans. So although I get to stand up here today, I can tell you that this is a gift from our fans to you, to this community, to the veterans and their families that will call this place home. And to know that your sports team here really does care about you. We love you, and we want you to have the life that you've earned through your service and the life that you deserve. So from everyone at the Diamondbacks, our ownership, our partners, our players, and our fans, God bless you. I hope this is a home that makes you happy and gives you the life that you wish for.